6 shootings between Greektown and the Riverwalk.
Police investigating a shootout in northeast Detroit.
2 men were killed, 1 person injured in a shooting.
This shit used to look a little better than this. It was always fucked up, but this shit looked a little better than this. Little families used to actually stay in these houses, not them bitches niggas trapping out them bitches. No kids.
When did everybody start moving out and shit start to get bad?
I say, around until when I got out of high school, it was over. Everybody moved across 8 Mile. Out of Detroit, everybody used to stay in Detroit. In the 90s, in the 2000s, a little bit, everybody stayed in Detroit.
Detroit manages to be one of the most innovative cities in the USA, but also one of the most ran down looking and dangerous. Some may ask, well, how could that have even happened? Detroit is highly recognized for its high-scale production automotive industry, and it's also known for being the mecca for the mortgage banking industry in America. Literally, at one point, Detroit was the best place to open a business. With great advancements comes great reproduction, and Detroit could not hold up for forever. First thing I want to talk about is literally the design of the city. The way it's designed is there's only one of everything. So if you want to go to a restaurant, there's only one of them and you got to go downtown. If you want to go do something, go to a club, they're all downtown. Literally. The city, the way it's designed is there's one of each. So if you want to go there, be ready to go see whoever else wants to go to that thing also. Now, Detroit is definitely cleaned up over the last few years if you're familiar with the area. I can say that. But there has been an issue, and after doing some research and looking into different projects, etc., they seem to put the money where the money flows, and where the money's needed, the money doesn't go at all. Everything that was bad has gotten a lot worse, and everything that was good has gotten great, if that makes sense. Now, if you're not from Detroit, when someone says the word Detroit, usually what pops up in your mind is maybe scamming, getting robbed at the gas station, and other dangerous things, maybe drifting Hellcats in the middle of the road. Detroit is known for a lot of things. One thing Detroit is known for is its violence. Detroit is ranked top 5 for the last 3 decades for violence. Detroit has a long list of violence dating back all the way to 1967 being one of the most horrific moments, which was the Detroit riots. During this time, the crime was a lot more organized than what you see today. You had the Italian mob, the Chaldean mob, and being an activist during that time was very big. Nowadays, the crime isn't so organized. You see a lot of senseless killings to kids in almost every shooting nowadays.
Police say an innocent bystander was killed in the shootout and 2 others were hurt.
In what Detroit police call one of the largest, if not the largest, mass shooting in the city's history.
Mobile weapon detectors screening for illegal guns. In the crowd's undercover officers or Casper units.
Now, back in the day, it was kind of more like what you would hear in like a typical mob story. Follow a guy home, kidnap him, put him in the trunk type of thing. Nowadays, it's just senseless shooting, like drive-by shooting up parties, hundreds of people outside, shooting up houses, don't know who's in the house. Nowadays, you can just add a switchy and make any semi into a fully, and it makes it a lot easier for you to go at a whole street or a whole house, which just overall adds up to the wrong people getting weapons and then getting too much power out of them. We wanted to get a better understanding of when the city took a left turn and get a chance to hear from some of the people that were born and raised in Detroit.
Motherfuckers staying in Detroit, it wasn't always like this, like bandos everywhere, that shit wasn't always like this.
When everybody start moving. When all the schools start closing and everybody start moving for real.
Right when the recession hit, around that time Jeezy made recession and shit, that's when the schools and shit started closing. I ain't know that shit was real. I'm thinking he's just making a CD, but shit really gas shooting up, schools closing down.
There wasn't no funding for the schools, shit.
That shit fucked up.
Everybody
Detroit
just
fucked up.
started moving.
Motherfuckers hustlers, motherfuckers find a way. That's why a motherfucker from out of town to be looking at us
never know,
these niggas clowning, but
man.
These niggas really hustling for this shit. Like,
It's a bad size shit.
That's why when everybody be leaving Detroit, niggas be wanting to move back because they go, ain't nothing like Detroit.
Ain't nothing like this.
Nigga
It's because Detroit is just like, it's big enough, but it's like a lot of cities is just a little bit too big to where it's like, you just can't know everybody and it's not like a family. Like, after speaking with a couple of the locals, we got a full understanding on what the issue was in Detroit and when it started. Every time Detroit gets any type of money, it seems to only go to the good neighborhoods and never to the bad, which then over time has been causing the neighborhoods to decline. And then once you run out of resources, there's really nothing left to turn to besides scams or violence at that point. For example, they were supposed to redo the Brewster projects, which is one of the inner city projects here in Detroit. They were going to put $300 million into the projects. They printed out and put online all of these pictures of what it would look like, only to never get finished. They ended up selling that for like $27 billion to the owner of Rocket Mortgage, Dan Gilbert. The city has been putting money into those areas slowly. As you can see with housing, they've been putting up and remodeling different housing developments. But still, there is a lot of issues with the disbursement of money to the areas that actually do need it more. When you mix factories shutting down, poverty, and the lack of financial stability to support certain areas, you're going to end up with violence. But that's going to happen with any area with the circumstances like theirs. The question is, how will Detroit's government handle this in the time coming? The job will be left for the new Detroit mayor, which will be coming in the next few months. Detroit's finally out of bankruptcy, and they finally have a big hefty reserve to where they can make improvements to the areas that need it.